When did the problem just solve itself? The day I got into the most prestigious research program in my field was the same day my girlfriend told me she was pregnant. The past 3 years of my life have been a dream, living with Allie, my girlfriend, and working on a project at my college. We're developing an early detection method for aggressive cancers, hoping to save lives. 6 months ago, I'd applied for a massive federal grant to fund this same research locally. Never heard back. Figured it was dead. But I still got the recognition I needed to get into a 2-year research fellowship in Geneva. Not even 4 hours later, I was rushing through the front door to tell Allie the great news when she held up the pregnancy test she had just taken. 2 pink lines. It was completely out of left field, but I was so happy. Allie was crying, mumbling about what color we should paint the spare room. That's when I told her that we'd be moving soon anyway, so it didn't matter. She stared at me, waiting for the punchline that never came. I'm not moving away from my family. I told her about the opportunity, how it was something I'd been working towards my entire life. We're your life now, she told me. She shielded her stomach from me like I was trying to punch her. My fellowship started in 3 months, and I had to decide to follow my dream career or stay with the woman of my dreams. 3 years ago, when my dad was diagnosed with stage 3 lymphoma, I couldn't get out of bed for a week. Allie didn't try to fix me. She just brought me coffee and sat next to me while I stared at research papers about survival rates. She was the one who drove him to chemo when I had to defend my thesis. She held the bucket when he got sick in the hospital parking lot. She knows things about me I don't know about myself, like how I tap my pen exactly 3 times before starting to write, how I can't sleep unless the closet door is completely closed. But I've also been awake till 4 a.m. most days for 8 years, 80-hour weeks in the lab, missing holidays and birthdays. My dinner was usually whatever vending machine sandwich hadn't expired yet. The fellowship only accepts 12 people globally each year. I convinced Allie to at least see if we could make the move without any issues. She didn't bother saying, "I told you so," when the visa lawyer told us that Allie's nursing license wouldn't transfer over. Switzerland has different requirements, different certifications, 18 months minimum before she could even apply to work. And that's if she learned enough French or German to pass their medical terminology exam. The fellowship also only paid $65,000. In Geneva, that's barely enough for one person. Our apartment would cost $3,000 a month for 400 square feet. Add a baby? The daycare waitlists were 2 years long and cost more than rent. What if I fly back once a month? I suggested, but she pointed out the cost. Despite everything, we tried to be normal. Her baby shower was supposed to be perfect. Her sister planned it. Little elephant decorations, games about guessing baby food flavors. They were playing guess the baby bump size with toilet paper when Allie disappeared. She cried in the bathroom for 20 minutes. When her mom found her, I heard her through the door. "He's really going to leave us." One of my professors cornered me the next day and said, "You know what I did when my first child was born? I was in Tokyo finishing my postdoc. My wife understood. That's what it takes." Allie's parents stopped being subtle. Her dad called me selfish to my face at Sunday dinner. Her mom kept making comments about children needing fathers, loud enough for me to hear from the kitchen. My stress went into overload. I dropped 12 pounds in 2 weeks, started having panic attacks again. My hands shook so bad I couldn't pipette samples anymore. She noticed, but didn't say anything this time. We were living in the same house, but had already started the leaving process. That's when I got an email from the fellowship director. "We need confirmation by Monday 9 a.m. Swiss time, or the position goes to the alternate candidate." I sat with my finger hovering over accept at 2 a.m. Allie was awake too. I could see her phone light under the bedroom door. She texted me, even though we were in the same house. "We need to talk." Before our final conversation, my department chair called saying, "Emergency meeting now." 20 minutes later, I'm staring at papers and being presented a huge opportunity. Turns out my grant application from 6 months ago hadn't died. They'd been fighting for approval this whole time, using my Geneva acceptance as leverage to prove I was worth the investment. They were going to use the research we'd done on the cancer detection and dedicate a grant towards it, fully funding the project. It was 3 times Geneva's salary, my own lab, 12 graduate students. I sat in my car for an hour. I'd been ready to let Allie break up with me, ready to miss my kids' first steps for publication credits. When I got home, Allie was folding baby clothes. "I have something to tell you," I said. I explained everything. When I finished, she sat on the floor. We both started laughing and crying at the same time, probably looking insane. She looked at me. "I didn't want you to stay because I forced you. I wanted you to stay because you wanted us." It wasn't until that moment that I understood how truly lucky I was. And not just because of the job offers. The baby's due in 6 weeks. I got everything I wanted, just not how I planned it.